I'm Delphine Joyce, and this is
Marta Perez.
Okay, so basically, I am from Ireland and France. I was born in Ireland, and I lived there till I was 5. My mom's French. I have, like, a brother and then a half-brother. And we moved to Belgium, which is where I went to, like, the school, and then I went to this other school. I was in the same school as Marta for
A billion years.
So for 5 years, we knew each other, because we were, like, in the same year and everything, but we never sort of became friends, because we never, I mean, you know.
I don't know.
Who would want to be friends with her, or, like, what the hell?
You're so rude! Everyone wants to
I
be
love
friends with me. That's why you're friends with me.
Oh, okay. Okay, and then we met, our paths crossed. Tell us your past.
I feel like I should have, like, a microphone held to me. Thank you. So
We're not gonna do that.
Okay. So, my whole family is from Spain. My grandparents are from, both sides of my family are all from Spain, so I'm Spanish, as you can tell from my name. But I was born and raised in Belgium for all of 15 years of my life. I skipped a year when I was a kid, so my age is always like 1 year lower than you would expect. But so I was 12 in 8th grade, and Elf and I became friends after not knowing each other and being in the same school for ages. We kind of got to know each other in this class trip that we had in London in 8th grade. That was like our first actual casual interaction, like apart from drama club and
Except
stuff.
no, once in the end of first year, so 1 year before we became friends, we spent an entire lunch break time where you told me all about Harry Potter and I told you all about Lord of the Rings. And
Yeah.
we totally connected, and we thought you were leaving that year, and I was like, damn, it sucks that you're leaving.
And then you just never took advantage of the fact that I spent an extra year in your school.
Well, that got complicated. Second year got complicated.
Yeah, that got complicated. So back then, back in 8th grade, since I didn't have a nickname and I've never had a nickname, I chose to have people call me Emmy. And you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up. So I just got people to call me Emmy. No one actually did it except for like 2 people. That included you, I think. Actually, yeah, you called me Emmy.
Okay, so I was just hanging out at home, and we hardly knew each other. It was after the trip, though, so, like, we were kind of friends. This song came on the radio, and in, like, it was some random song, and in, the little sort of thing that they repeat in the background was Emmy. Like, I think it sounded like that anyway. No, and so I sent her a text, and I was like, oh my god, I just heard your name on the radio, and it was the most random text. Then we started just randomly talking about music, and I mentioned this French singer from the 80s called Daniel Balavoine, and I was kind of completely crazy about him all of a sudden. And I sort of talked about him, and it turns out that this person had the same temper as me in the sense that she would discover something and become completely obsessed with it for a while.
we both have personalities where we, like, adore things really intensely. And so we started talking about that, and you started sharing your total obsession with me.
I talked about it so much with my friends that they got pissed off because they were just like, shut the fuck up about this already. And
but I'm not
she's not like that.
I love it.
She was genuinely interested, and that was so refreshing for me.
So, like, literally what happened was that we had this conversation. I was studying for my last exam when you texted me. It was info. It was informatique. It was, like, computer technician things.
Yeah! Oh my god, that was such
And it was the day before. We were literally studying, and it was the dumbest exam in the world, because it's like, oh, can you do Word, blah. Like, it wasn't, like, unknown technology for us. So it was fine. We were gonna be good. So the next day, we were waiting to take our exam, and I saw Delphine. I was standing up on the stairs the day after we had this conversation.
And I was at the bottom of the stairs.
And we saw each other. We were like,
oh my god, it's you! We're basically, like, almost internet friends, except through text.
We're text friends.
Yeah.
So what happened after that was that literally that day was my last day at that school. Like, that last exam was my last day at that school. So I said bye to everyone. And we continued texting, you and me, for a while. what happened was that you invited me over for a sleepover. You were like, we should totally have a sleepover. That was such a historic sleepover. You know that feeling when you have a friend that you that you barely know, but you know that you could get along with them really well, and they like invite you to a sleepover, which is a pretty like big statement of friendship. You're like, I want your company for like a long time. So we had the best sleepover in the history of literal time. Like, it was the best sleepover ever. We both had this like pent up energy of like, I need someone to get me, and we got each other so much. It was amazing. So we had this sleepover that was really cool, and
I just went uphill from there, really.
Yeah.
So she left to some other school in Brussels, but we're still in the same country. Good times.
Yeah, those times were good times.
Yeah.
This gonna get complicated real fast.
Yeah. So anyway, she left the school. After this one difficult event, I sort of reevaluated my life, and I was like, actually, I think my best friend's gotta be Marta, because, I mean, you know, obviously.
Ding, ding, ding. So
And,
I got the job.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great for ages. We were, you know, completely best friends and everything was fine. But then life decided to happen, okay, in the most awful, depraved, terrifying, vile, cruel way. Check out my vocabulary. My parents told me that I was moving to China. Like, I'm gonna take a moment there, just, you know, because actual China. So let's say that here's Belgium, okay? It's like a miniature country. And then, like, across the entirety of Europe, here is China. So you get a free geography lesson. I moved literally halfway across the world. And it wasn't just that I moved. Like, they announced that we were moving, like, in late February. And shit got real fast, okay?
Yeah.
Really fast. Those 6 months before I was gonna move, exactly the anniversary is 2 years ago today. Today's July 22nd. I was gonna move on July 22nd. And so we had almost 6 months of death.
It was the most intense 6 months of my life, probably.
It was terrible.
I remember running out of money because I would get credit on my phone. I'd get 10 years. And
I
then
remember running out of money.
2 or 3 days later, I would just have nothing left. And I went to the
Oh,
shop.
your credit, yeah.
And I was like, oh, I think there's a problem with my phone. I'm, like, losing credit or whatever. So I went there, and he was like, yeah, no, that's not a mistake. You've been sending loads of texts. And I was like, really? And he was like,
Yes.
he turned the computer screen, and he was scrolling down. He was like, look, texts. Texts. These are all texts. And I was like, oh my god. We called each other every day.
Yeah, no, what happened was that since
We saw each other every 2 weeks.
we still didn't go to the same school, but we lived in the same country. So we could literally just talk to each other. So I remember my mom actually getting really pissed at me because she was like, you're never doing anything but calling Delphine, and I would look at her like, well, you did this to me, so you're gonna have to deal with them consequences. We would call each other every day. We'd have like a 4-hour phone conversation, and we saw each other every 2 weeks. These 2 weeks...
They didn't last 4 hours yet.
No, okay.
We talked for
It was
like half an hour or an hour.
Hour an
It
hour.
was reasonable. And
we text all the time.
We text
But those
all the
sleepovers,
time.
okay, let's
Constantly.
talk about those sleepovers, because it was never just a sleepover. It was never like, oh, great to see you. It was always like, counting down the minutes. Things that we have to do. It was the worst. It was bad. It was really bad. So it was like, I remember, okay, getting pissed. At some point, you were like, I want to have a Lord of the Rings marathon, so let's do our thing next weekend, or something like that happened. And I was like, she would rather watch videos than, like, spend every waking moment commemorating our friendship with me. That was terrible. That was
Needless to
awful.
say, it was a difficult time. It was beautiful. I mean, I remember when I had that play and we didn't see each other.
We have to talk about this. Wait, okay. Pretty much what happened was that we hadn't seen each other for like 3 weeks, which back then was a lot of time.
No.
Right?
It had been 3 weeks and worlds collided when we saw each other.
Yeah, okay, so she had this school play, and the reason why we couldn't see each other was because she had this school play, and what happened was that at the actual play, I was there, and when you finished the play, and we saw each other, we, like, ran towards each other and gave each other the hug of life. And then it was into June, and I was moving, and we spent a few weeks together there, and right before I left, we gave each other a 6-month hug. A hug that was supposed to last
6 months hug.
6 months, because we weren't gonna see each other till Christmas, we assumed. Those times.
So illusioned.
Right. So I moved to China, and those were like the most difficult months of my entire life, because it was just like, it was really difficult. But come Christmas, I had to get out of there because I really wasn't coping. But for a set of circumstances, we couldn't see each other, so I went to my other best friend's house. And then a year comes, like, walks by, and when we decided to see each other that summer, but we could.
Oh my god, no, that was like the
It
worst.
was the worst thing
It was
in the
the
world.
worst.
That right there is, to me, the entirety of our friendship. It's like, it was the worst. It was so great. It was like, that sucked, but it felt so good.
Oh my god, it was worth it, okay? But it caused so much chaos in both our lives. I'm the least angry person. Me and my dad, we share this trait where we never get angry, like, we don't know what it means. I didn't know what it meant to be angry until that time.
I came into your life.
Yeah, but we weren't angry at each other. We were literally Romeo and Juliet. It was us against the world for a whole set of reasons, financial, etc.
It was literally impossible for us to see each other because you had to be somewhere, I had to be somewhere else. I had like the most chaotic summer planned.
But we ended up being able to see each other for 3 days.
That's my 3 days dance.
Are you sure it was 3 days?
I'm sure it was 3 days. It was
so
3 days.
Yeah, we hadn't seen each other for a year. She was in China. We'd had so many problems that year. I remember one of those 3 nights, we were like literally hugging and crying after making up for this huge fight that had been going for months. It was really intense.
Yeah.
We're really intense.
Yeah, it makes life fun.
Yeah.
It actually does, though. Let's be real. It does make life fun.
Does.
Without intensity, what do you have? So what happened was that once we had those 3 days, I got to understand kind of like her perspective, her point of view on stuff, and it was like easier for me to deal with that. Then I went back to, China, for another year of fun. No, that year was easier. I think this last year was easier. It was harder in some ways and easier in others because we hadn't seen each other in some time, and it was really complicated because she had friends and I didn't. Pretty much. I mean, not exactly I didn't, but like there was a whole bunch of set of circumstances that meant that I felt really isolated, and she like had just come out of her shell in terms of like social lives. She's laughing because she knows it's true. This was our last year in high school though, so we knew that we'd be able to see each other. And then casually, alright, we arranged to spend like 3 weeks together in Spain, and we decided that this was the perfect occasion to find a way to share our lives more effectively. Because the biggest problem I feel that we've had over the past 2 years living long distance, and even earlier in our relationship, is communication. So being able to communicate things, because so many things happen to us. Our lives are so full of stuff. Like we can have, after 2 days not talking, we can have like a long, really long conversation about like what just happened. Oh my god, my life just made sense. Oh my god. Our lives are full of things and we never have enough time to share them. I'm someone who needs to externalize on principle. Like I just need to talk all the time because I am really outgoing, and I'm also a storyteller, so I just like talk all the time, and I need to do that, and we don't have time to do that, and you need to tell me all about your life. So we've decided that a great way in which to do that would be this channel.
And we both sort of mutually always kind of dreamt of having a YouTube channel without really going through with it, and we totally finish each other's sandwiches.
So we are going to use this channel mainly to tell each other exactly what's going on in each other's lives. We're going to use it as wait, I have a sentence. As a vehicle for externalization. Yes. That's exactly what we're gonna, because we're both done with high school. I'm taking a gap year and she's going to college. So our lives are about to explode even more than they previously were. Our minds are probably going to be blown all the time, and we need to be able to share that in a practical way. So this is the way in which we shall choose. So, how is this going to work, you ask?
Do we know?
No.
Well, we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna vlog sisters. No, we're gonna. Sorry, we're gonna. Oh my god, that's like copy. Yeah,
right. Yeah. No, I'm a huge Vlog Brothers fan, as you can see. And John wears this very same bracelet, and I do too, and so does Hank.
Oh!
This is my please dance. Anyway.
Okay.
So, Vlog sisters, we were saying things that were interesting.
So how are we gonna do this?
Okay.
We're gonna figure it out.
What's going to happen is that we are going to, whenever we need to talk, whenever we need to say anything, we're going to make a video, upload it to this channel, and see what happens. This is eerily familiar to one of my stories, and it's so scary. I'm also going to be telling you guys stories, which, believe me, it will be a wild ride. Alright? It'll...
You're not gonna start the star program from the beginning, are you? That's insane. Okay.
I can't.
She can.
I can't. It's this
Yeah,
story that's
one of the
taken me...
stories.
One of the stories has taken me legitimately 5 years to tell you. Like, I'm not even kidding. And I'm not done. Like, I'm not done. Nowhere near, actually. So anyway, we're gonna be sharing our lives, we're gonna be talking about the things that bother us, and it will be fun and entertaining, and hopefully will work better communications-wise as everything else.
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Okay.
It'll be pretty fun. So, you know, that's the point of our lives right now. This is why you're watching this, because that's what it
Wait,
is.
what are we gonna do? Are we gonna do... Because, okay, there's a problem. Since we, like, never see each other doing collaborations and stuff. Might be
Yeah,
difficult.
we can't do
We
collabs.
wanna...
So if we're gonna...
If we... Okay, if we do something, it'll probably be now. Or next time we see each other, which could be...
A long
not
time.
this Christmas. It might not be this Christmas, because, okay, she's going to Oxford for 4 months, which is great, but then she's going back to China, because, you know.
I live there, so...
Exactly. Well, that's the plan anyway. And so, it might not be before next summer.
So,
A year.
we should probably take advantage of the fact that we currently live together to do some collabs, and then watch them and cry.
Yeah.
We should do like a reaction video, just... There's something really exciting is going to happen as well. I'm going to be able to see the evolution of her Irish accent, which she will have in Dublin. She's so excited.
Don't raise expectations. It's a goal, but it's not. You know what?
Talk for the camera. Say a sentence that you will then say again, and we'll see the difference.
Okay. I like cheese umbrellas. I have a problem because I don't... Honestly, okay, I'm going to reveal something that I haven't told anyone.
On camera?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to come back with an Irish accent. I think I'm going to come back with the capacity of imitating an Irish accent.
Are you kidding me? You don't think
What?
you're actually gonna get an Irish accent?
Well, I'm 7, I'm gonna be 18, and apparently there's like an age after which you can't change anymore.
That's
And
bullshit. I have a new accent. I'm gonna have a new accent, and I know it. I'm gonna be British.
yeah, but you're British already. You're completely able to be British.
Yeah, I can change my accent. That's true.
I can't. I once tried and got laughed at in the face, and I have never done it since. So, you know.
We will be able to hear her new Irish accent as things go. We're gonna go buy some cake now in the heat. Actually, it's not that hot. I'm so...
It's not that hot anymore.
Earlier, I melted and died because it was so hot. You're also gonna be able to see the evolution of my things, because I have little, like, tics that I use in language. Lately, it's been, I'm crying, and you're so rude, which I say all the time. Earlier, and I still kind of do this, I say existence and life a lot, so I'll be like, oh my god,
do that.
sort out your existence. Doing
You
that
and
for a
Sonia
year.
say that all the time.
All the time.
Sonia's her other
my
best
other
friend.
best friend. She's my cousin as well. So,
JK.
okay. We can just say bye this time. God damn.
Bye!
Let's have some thumbnail time, which apparently happens.
Oh.
I'm gonna get very
What's
excited.
thumbnail
Thumbnail.
time?
That's one.
Guys, wait.
How cute is this?
Wait, but guys, what you... Yeah. If you get your... If you get your have like...
Hey, dude! That was the cheesiest thing I've ever done in my life.
Jeez. Okay.
Cheese!
There's an awkward picture of the Virgin Mary.